In this live, I want to talk about a different form of breakdown analysis in project control using Power BI. It's a quick live. So if you have just joined us, you can introduce yourself in the comments section. Tell us what you do and where you are from so others can know about you as well. And I have talked about breakdown analysis last week, but I'm gonna elaborate on that, further because it is an important tool. We're gonna use decomposition tree visualization inside Power BI. We will talk about, all features about this type of analysis and how we can practically implement the same in project control so we can add more value and help our projects move forward. If you have just joined us again, you can introduce yourself in the comments section. Tell us what you do and where you are from. Hi, Muhammad. When will I start the cost control course? I am actually working on that because I received many questions about engineers who are interested in cost control, um, because I believe that there is a lack of information on this topic online, and I'm gonna create a comprehensive, practical, to the point, course which will help projects move forward. So it's very, very practical, and I'm gonna announce on it, once I complete it. It's a lot of work, so maybe soon we can work on that. Abdul Wajid, from a planning engineer from the US. It's good to have you. Hi, Imran, a planner from the UAE. We have Babu from India. It's good to have you. Abdul Basit, QS from Australia. Hi, Basant, Project Control Manager from Egypt. Hi, Alphonse from Cote d'Ivoire. And we have also Shivam from India, Muhammad, a planner from Dubai, Ashok from Nepal, Lakhdar from Algeria. Hi, Rehan from Dubai, Ahmad from Saudi, Laid from Algeria, Abdul Hamid from Saudi also, Muhammad Adnan, hi, Ajit, Amaratchi, Session, Ajit. We have also Sadi Yajith, Danish, Muhammad Farouk, Magid, hi, it's good to have you from the US, Thilkas, Rahul, and Kennedy from Uganda. So we have so many people from across the globe. It's amazing how we can connect with each other. It's very impressive. And I'm gonna start right now my tutorial. And again, if you have just joined us, you can introduce yourself in the comments section. Tell us what you do and where you are from. We will talk today about a different form of breakdown analysis because I have explained it last week, but we're gonna have another visualization. It's a decomposition tree. We will look at how this visualization help us in a practical way. We're gonna talk about the practical benefits and the features of this amazing visualization. Okay, if you have any question, you can write it in the comments section. And at the end of my tutorial, I'm gonna go over all questions and answer them one by one. And hi, Tajveer from India, Nishith from India as well, Sami from South Africa, Hamid Raza from Iran, and Jihad from Kurdistan. Okay, it's good to have you all. We have a nice variety from people across the globe. Sudan also, and Sri Lanka. Nihal from Sri Lanka. right? So that's my breakdown analysis. I choose earned value breakdown. Okay, it's a decomposition tree if you are interested about the type of visualization. And on a specific data date, I want to see how much money I am making and the associated breakdown. I could also I choose to show indicators such as planned versus actual according to man hours and the cost, remaining cost and earned value cost, variance percentage, and SPI. Okay, and I want to see where the money is. So I'm gonna click the plus sign and I want to go one level down. These are the two main areas in my project. Okay, so I have two areas, and then it makes sense to break the first area down because it has the bulk of my money. So I want to go one level down. So maybe floor wise under this area. So I have 4 floors here, and how much money I am making or the earned value at each floor. Maybe I don't have to go, like on a at a specific element, but I can choose ground floor if I want. I'm gonna break it down so I can see concrete finishes and MEP. So obviously on the spot immediately I can see that I am making the bulk of my money in concrete, and I came to this conclusion within seconds, like with a click of a button. If you are following the traditional way, I know that you're gonna come up with this conclusion one way or another. But the answer is, or the question is, how long will it take you to get there? That's everything boils down to speed, efficiency, clarity, right? Friction, like you want to eliminate friction. So that's the whole point. So maybe I want to break concrete down if I want to. Okay. So I know how much money I am making at each area. You can choose to show the breakdown at any other floor if you want with a click of a button. And you can change, of course, breakdown like on any data date, get what you want with one click, because everything boils down to data analytics. It's the art of managing huge sets of data in an efficient way, given that you are following the or applying the data analytics principles such as data normalization, cross-filter direction, snowflake schemas, primary and foreign keys, cardinality, which I have talked about many times on some occasions in the past. All right. So I want to know, like I know that I have made this much money in slab reinforced concrete of ground floor, but is it enough? Like, because, could I have achieved more or not? So I'm going to hover over this activity, and I'm going to see that planned is 100%, actual is 80%, which means that I am 20% behind the schedule. It means I should have achieved more. You can show planned cost, like if you hover over it, you can choose to show this indicator. It's all a sample. So if I click on a slab reinforced concrete, because we are investigating that activity, you will see the same information, 100% planned and 80% actual. So if I can show the indicators on top in an interactive model, why would I add the feature of hovering over the area? Because typically, that's my opinion, but it's up to you if you're gonna follow this advice or not. But normally, you are swimming for insights most of the time. You don't know what's going wrong unless there are enough triggers or red flags which will motivate you or inspire you to dig deeper. So for example, I know there is a problem with concrete, but I don't know which floor specifically. I'm gonna follow the breakdown until I see something is wrong here with this slab reinforced concrete, but it will not be on top of my mind before I start my analysis. I created enough triggers and generated enough red flags to help me navigate my way and raise the alarm or identify the root cause of the delay. So that's what I'm talking about. The speed, efficiency, and clarity of everything we are doing. Because I assume that you can do, or you can come up with this conclusion on your own, but it is not always straightforward if you are following the traditional method. And by the traditional method, I mean, copying data from Primavera to Excel, applying conditional formatting, adding calculations, importing XER files, or even referring to different XER files. But if you have a data analytics processor, you can maybe make as many effective conclusions within the same period of time. Okay, so I'm using the hover, I hover over the activity and I am swimming for insights. And I have found an issue here. So I'm gonna click on it. I can see everything updated here. Again, you can add as many indicators as you want. You can show budgeted total cost. You can show earned value labor units. You can show whatever actual start. You can show whatever you want. And it takes few seconds to do so because it's one model. I'm going to come back to that in a moment because it is a very important concept. So typically, if you find a problem, you're going to click on this area to investigate further. And right now you have a report that is ready for printout. So I updated my indicators. I can take this layout with a filter applied and print it out for project managers. So that's my, my philosophy or approach. You're gonna swim for insights, but you're gonna wanna show the same indicators as well at the same time for reporting purposes. Okay, and let's look at the bars because they are very important but overlooked in this visualization. So how can we use it in project control? When I break any area down, that's a breakdown analysis. So it makes sense to sort everything from highest to lowest, right? Like if you have a breakdown analysis, you definitely want to see the highest first. In this case, for example. And in every category here, the first element will always have a full bar because that's my reference in this category. So if I want to break down the concrete of ground floor, I want to see the items sorted from highest to lowest, and I want to relate the values or correlate the values of each area in the same category to the highest reference point. Let's look at this category, for example. The highest is this activity, it's $500,000. Let's look at the third element. It's a 270. It's almost like 50% of the reference value. So that's why you will see a half bar. So you will always see a full bar on top, and other values will relate to the top reference point. It's very, very amazing. And, if you are using it for a while, you're going to really appreciate it a lot. I know that you might not think about it in this way, but if you are practicing, you're going to see value from there, especially if you are performing a lot of analysis. One more point. This is a breakdown analysis template. I choose earned value, but you can replace the analysis and apply it for budgeted total cost, earned value labor units, any figure. And you can do that with a click of a button, because I have my model here. It's one model. I'm gonna grab and drop any parameter, and I'm gonna have the whole report completed for any parameter of my choice with a click of a button. So of course it will increase your efficiency, it will reduce your friction, it will save time, and of course you're going to have a speed, much higher speed, because the whole report is completed for you. You don't waste any time formatting reports or duplicating Excel sheets or whatever it might be. But let's do something cool, practical as well, of course. So that's how much money I have made on a specific data date. You don't have to go on order. You can go with the order based on your convenience. So for example, I don't want to go in that order that I showed you. Maybe I want to go floor-wise right away. Okay, be my guest. Or I want to go discipline-wise. So I will see slab reinforced concrete, for the whole project. Then I want to see the slab steel reinforcement floor-wise. You see what I'm saying here? It really depends on your or the purpose of your analysis. So the other way around, maybe I have a specific category or discipline in the project, and I want to really analyze it further. So I want to analyze slab steel reinforcement, and I'm going to have floor-wise in this case. Interesting, right? Again, how long will it take you to perform a similar analysis following the traditional method? It's going to take a while. And your accuracy might be compromised as well. And by accuracy, I am not referring to the garbage in, garbage out type of analysis, because if you feed the model with inaccurate data, you're going to get inaccurate results. But I'm assuming that you feed the model with high quality inputs. You don't have to worry about the configurations or the calculations anymore, because you set up a system. It will process everything. So for example, when I click on any area, the SPI will be calculated. It's a process, right? Earned value divided by planned value, it's a process. So everything is in the loop, so it will avoid repetitive tasks. You don't have to reinvent the wheel every time you prepare a report or perform an analysis, so everything is processed for you in advance. And you might have a question right now. How long does it take me to update everything inside Power BI after I complete my schedule update? And it can be Primavera, Microsoft project, or whatever it might be. The answer is it takes less than 30 seconds to update everything and populate the data inside Power BI. So for example, let's assume that I have, a date in future. So I don't have an update yet, and assume that I have just completed the schedule update on this data date. It takes less than 30 seconds to update or populate the data inside Power BI. So I'm gonna see data here. If I go to progress curve, for example, I'm gonna see the data populated on that data date. If I will go to cost variance breakdown, I'm gonna see the data populated. So your report is literally completed on autopilot. It can be completed in seconds, which is amazing, because right now you don't have to spend 2 days or 3 days preparing a report. You can have all the time to perform an interactive analysis, swim for insights, and add value. It can be taking the time to identify progress issues, communicate them with the team, apply recovery measures or develop recovery measures, initiate meetings with subcontractors, draft correspondences, attend the progress meetings, you just have time finally to add value, to your project, because we all have limited time in a day. You have limited energy, which nobody talks about. If you are working 8 to 10 hours a day, it doesn't mean that you perform your best all the time. You're gonna have, some peak hours. So we have to factor that. The human brain is amazing. It can allow us to prepare a beautiful report like that, but the processing speed has serious limitations. Um, we have, like maximum energy levels, but we need to use a tool like Power BI as a leverage to account for our limited time and energy and focus as well, and the processing speed. That's the whole purpose. So instead of wasting the time to perform the same mathematical operation of SPI every single time you prepare a report, you can use Power BI as a leverage. Power BI is working for you 24/7. It doesn't go on a sick leave. It doesn't get tired. It maintains, the same energy level. So there are so many benefits, and I have talked about it so many times in the past and in my posts as well. So you can check it out. You can check my blog post as well. And yeah, so that's it for the breakdown analysis. So I hope I covered everything here, and it's an amazing tool, and it is decomposition tree. Okay, I have defined a theme inside Power BI. So I'm telling Power BI that for this title, I wanna specific font size and the type. I want a specific colors. You can customize whatever you want, but it's a theme, which means if I wanna do any breakdown analysis for any parameter, the formatting is done for me. I'm not gonna waste any time. The problem with project control or planning engineers are two main misconceptions. Okay. The first misconception is planning engineers are conditioned from day one to focus on progress reporting, preparation. Okay. Because that's the main deliverable and you have to do your best at it. Okay. Why are we conditioned? Because we did not have any other solution. It's because we did not have maybe the tools, means, and the methods. Maybe we did not have Power BI many years ago. We did not have technology. We did not have the mindset. It's all about mindset, by the way. Power BI has been around for some time, but how many people do actually use it in project control? It's about, like, the tools are there, but it's all about the mindset. So we have to keep that in mind. Okay, that's the first misconception. The second misconception is we should operate with separate modules. For example, you're gonna have a baseline. You're gonna, like, sometimes refer to the baseline. It's a separate module. Like, we think about it, we approach it as if it is a separate element or module in project control. You have each schedule update. Like, it's the same mentality as well. We're gonna have separate modules. Your progress curve, your progress reporting, your progress issues report, like everything is, operates in a separate modules approach. But there are serious limitations with that, and that's why we take so much time, which will affect our productivity in project control. So you're gonna sometimes, like, you will refer to the baseline whenever you have to, or you're gonna import the XER file of a specific schedule update whenever you want to. You're gonna browse your PDF reports. You're gonna apply filters as needed. It's, but the thing is, you cannot operate like that. Other industries like healthcare, financial, or whatever, they have comprehensive models. They're gonna get the information they need, as per their convenience. And this is the way it should be. But in project control, this mindset is not mature yet, is not saturated in the market, which is also a great benefit, because if you can break through and find a way to prepare models and add value, you're gonna stand out from the competition. And I'm not, I will not promise you that you will get the best career opportunities, but the chances are going up. So let's take some of the questions. So I hope you found this live somehow informative about breakdown analysis in general. You don't have to use Power BI if for any reason, if it is not your intention, but find a way to perform breakdown analysis, see the breakdown of any parameter of your choice. And hopefully I showed you the features of Power BI and the associated practical applications of Power BI in project control. So let's go over some of the questions. We have also people from Morocco joined us, Qatar, Bahrain, Jordan, Bangladesh. From Deepak, can you provide free software? Power BI is free for the most part. It is a Microsoft software. You can search Google Microsoft Power BI desktop. The download and installation is very straightforward. Minin from Tanzania. From Ali, is the course updated by these tips and the tricks? Yes, my course includes everything. I know that you are a course member, so I explain everything inside my courses. Yes, we can share it. Excel, the Power BI report. From Naim, please share the recording. I'm unable to attend the session. Later on, if you go to my profile and under activity posts, you can see the recording. From Chris, how long did it take you to build the dashboard inside Power BI? If you are starting out, it might take some time, okay, before you get used to it. For me right now, I can build the whole dashboard in one morning session. It comes with repetitions and putting in the time. So it's like Primavera, right? Like if you are using any scheduling software for a while, you become faster, more efficient. You know the shortcuts, tips, and the tricks, right? So for the beginner, it really depends. Like if you are starting out from scratch, and you do the whole work by yourself, it's gonna maybe take a while to connect the dots, because project control is a bit tricky. The construction is multi-billion dollars industry. It's very complicated, very costly. It's a huge investment. There are companies that develop and sell solutions for millions of dollars, right, to overcome the challenges. So we have to keep that in mind. The construction is complicated. We have data dates as well. We have indicators. So it might take you a few months. If you want a comprehensive solution, something that will get you from A to Z, it's like the approach of do this first, then that. You can check our comprehensive data analytics and the Power BI course if you go to www.smartpmtraining.com, and registration will open on 28th of August. So make sure to join the waiting list, because we open registration for a few days only. We invite people who joined the waiting list, and we start and with module 1 right away. From Shahbaz, I have already answered that. You don't need a crack version. Power BI is free for the most part, and you can download it from Microsoft's website. Thank you very much, Kamar. I appreciate it. It's a good question. From Muhammad, I am dealing with Power BI. Usually, I am exporting P6 to Excel and then normalizing the data. Okay. Can you tell how we can connect the P6 to Power BI directly? I'm gonna give you the honest answer. I'm gonna save you a lot of time and headache. It's really up to you if you take my advice or not. But I have been there. I have done it. I have made mistakes. I have had sleepless nights to figure out what has gone wrong. So, it's really up to you if you wanna take my advice or not. First of all, there is no native integration between Power BI and Primavera. Okay, there is a native integration between Primavera and Excel. That's how you import and export back and forth between Primavera and Excel. So you can, if you want to make a connection, it makes sense to use a third-party application like Excel, which has a native integration between Power BI and Primavera. It works well, and I use Excel as intermediate tool. Or you can use ODBC, Open Database Connectivity. You can connect Primavera to the database, not Primavera, because there is a huge difference. All right. I have talked about it many times in the past, so you can refer to my previous videos and live sessions. So I'm not gonna repeat the same information, but I explain, the process of database connections, and I explain why I do not see it as effective. Okay, it is very easy to make mistakes, and I am a practical person. Okay, I love to have a reliable model. I care about the final results. If they are not accurate, then I would rather throw everything outside the window, because if you have amazing, beautiful, and eye-catching dashboards, but there is a problem with the configuration and the results are flawed, then thank you, I do not need it. So I love to use a reliable connection method. I use Excel because obviously I have a huge experience with Excel. I know how to deal with errors. If anything goes wrong, like, I'm in control, I am confident about it, and that's what I need. You can try ODBC, but as I mentioned, maybe you wanna, like, some people wanna learn the lesson by themselves. Mr. Magid, is there a way to link the application with project drawings? Yeah, I can show you maybe something if this is what you are looking for. So if anyone, I'm just waiting for the software to load. We will get the connections between the project layout or drawings with Power BI. So if you have just joined us late, for example, you can watch the tutorial from the beginning. We talked about a different form of breakdown analysis in project control using Power BI. We talked about the features and the associated and the applications of Power BI. Okay, so I'm just waiting for the software. All right, so that's my project layout. It doesn't have to be a building. It can be any drawing of your choice, and you can show progress photos, for example. You can show any other indicators. It's a demo, but you can show whatever you want. Like you can customize that for sure, and it takes a few seconds to do so. So maybe first floor, these are the indicators. Maybe second floor, I have this work in progress. Maybe third floor. So everything is interactive. It's one model. You can have even detailed drawings. So it's really up to you, but I hope this answered your question, Mr. Magid. Okay, so no more questions. So yeah, thank you all for joining me this evening, and I hope you found this live somehow informative. And I will see. Yeah, we have another live the day after tomorrow on Wednesday. We will talk about delay analysis. We will talk about the MIP 3.8, collapsed as built subtractive single simulation, and the 3.9, collapsed as built subtractive multi simulation. I will explain these delay analysis methods in accordance with the AACEI RP 29R-03. So I hope to see you live on Wednesday. So you can ask me questions and I will answer all of them. And this is it for tonight. Thank you again for joining and taking the time, and bye bye.